Hello, this is Rainy Day and welcome to day 12 of Sudoku September. We're doing Rhododendron, which is mostly focusing on Lombard lines. We've got a few cages, some pretty good info. Actually, we can start with cages. There's a 24 must be 789, and a 6 must be 123. And we can actually get to them because we know that the ones in squares, which are those who have to be even. Okay. Now, we don't have anything great in terms of like easy dots, but we would know that there is a 7 on here. We know that there is a definite 3 on there, and in fact we know both of their positions because there's a 3 on there, that's not a 3, that's a 3, and by similar that's a 7. And there can't be a 9, because we have a 9 in one of those two, so that's got to be a 6. By similar reasoning, that's got to be 4. Okay. So, where next? That can't be a 9 because it would require an 8 on this round by line, and it can't be because we've got an 8 on that box already, so that must be 7. There must be a 5, 6 pair. And a similar thing, that can't be a 1. 3, 1, and they are 4, 5. It's a pair. So, that's going to be either 6 or 8. We know at least 2 evens in this box. We know of at least 2 evens in this row. We know of at least 2 evens in that box. So this is the only other Renman line we've got 2 other Renman lines that are entirely within one box. The 6 restricts this as either being a 6 doesn't restrict it a lot. If you have 2 numbers in here, it would be restricted a lot. It would be either 789 or it's either 789 or it's definitely got a 3 on it. Which is only in one of 2. I guess we could figure out like the max this can be as a 4. Actually, I guess we can do that. So either 1, 2, or 4, and that is either 6, 8, or 9. Actually, yeah, 7 can't go in any of those, and 7 can't go there, so that's a 7. I guess I can mark off as well. So, if this was an 8, that's forced as a 6. If this is a 6, that's forced as an 8. If it's a 9, that's forced as an 8. That's either 6 or 8. Although we need that anyway. 7 in this row has to be there because it's 7 can't go in any of those 3 by Sudoku, and it can't go there because 7 can't be on the dot. Neither can a 9 actually. And 7 can't appear on this Renban line at all, so 9 can't go there. Could 9 can't appear on this Renban line anywhere because we can't get 7 on here, so that puts a 9 there. The other one that can't appear on the dot is a 5, which is not as restricted. We would know. Actually, no, we don't really know a lot about if there was a 5 in this line. So leave that for now. Okay. So this. It's not really restricted. No, it's not really. Actually, an important note is that the options for this is it's either a 7 if it's 9, if it's an 8 it's a 7, and if it's a 6 it's a 7. That actually is forced as a 7. So 7 could have, in theory, appear on this red bar line. I guess we can also just quickly mark out their 7s. 7 is in one of 3. would make this either 6, 8, 9, or 5. Like it's in theory doable. 7 is in one of those 3, and 7 is potentially on this Renban line. It can't have a 6 on, so it would have to be 7, 8, 9. It's actually interesting to know that if 7's on this line, 7 can only go in 2 places, and if not, then there's a definite 3 which has to go in 2 places. But I'm not sure how much that really matters. 6 in one of those, I guess, is kind of... We should maybe be able to do something similar here, right? We know 3 is in one of... Oh, 3 is in one of those 2. So that's not a 3. That puts a 3 on this Renban in any one position. Plus 1, 2, 4. Now, 5 can't go there. That must be 5. We actually could figure that out then. Realising the other 5 can't go in those 2. So 5 being on this Renban line, it can't be 5, 6, 7. And it could be 5, 4, 3. The other option is 5, 4, 6, which I don't think has limitations. But that being either 4 or 6 has some effect on those. Now we can figure out that being either 4 or 6 makes this either 2, 8, or 3. It can't be a 3, so that can't be a 6, that must be a 4 then. So that's either 3 or 6, and that would be either 3 or 6. So that must be a 1, 2 pair, which makes this a 4 pair. That has to be either 2 or 8, because it can't be 4 or 6 by Sudoku rules. 1 has to be on one of those, which makes this a definite 1, 2, 3. 1's for definite in one of those 2, and 3 cannot go here, so that must be a 2. Okay, and that's a 2, and we can take 1 and 3. Final one of that box is a 6. 8 makes this a guaranteed 8. That is 5 and 6 and sorted, so I can 3 and 4. So I can 4 and 5. This being a 1 or a 2 has a guaranteed 3 on that line, which must go there. That must be 6, that must be 3. Which puts a guaranteed 3 on this Renban line, and 1 and 2. So neither of those can be 7s. That's a 7. Okay. So that puts 7 there. Okay. So that can't be 2, 4, or 1. So that has to be 5, and that's 4. So we've got 1, 2, 9 left. That must be, can't be a 4, that's either 1 or 2. Now, this can't be 1 or 2 or 4, that's got to be a 5, which makes this a 3, 4 pair. And we can solve that. 6 and 9, a pair there. What's up in this box? 1, 2, 8, 9. That must be over 1 or 2. Here's 1, 2, 1, 2. They are an 8, 9 pair. Makes this a 2, 6, 7. And that can't be 6 or 7, that's 2, that's 7, that's 6. That's a 9, that's a 1, that's a 2. Middles are 4, 5, and 8. Which I don't think we've got any those, but we've got 7 has to go there. 7's definitely in the red bar, and there must be 7, 8, 9, which we can now solve. And that also gives us the solution to that box. That's 1, 6, 9. That's a 6. That's 9. Final ones in those two are 4 and 5. Those need 8, 9, and 6, which we can place. This needs 8, 9, and 1. Right, that can't be an 8, that must be 1 or 9. Okay. That one is a 5. 1 is in one of those. That must be 2, 3. That must be 1, 4. It's 4, 5, 4, 1, 9, 8, 1. Do that, 5 and 9, which we can do. It serves all those in that first 2 columns, and we can solve that box. Funds in here are 1, which has to go there, 2, which has to go there, 3 is there, and 8 is there. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's be quick, I just had, I think some peppermint actually, this is not too long ago. But yeah, that was good for day 12. I might do I think it's a GAS next. I'm not sure what that will entail, but I'll see you next time.